In Look East tonight, the £40 million investment to keep the port of Felixstowe at the heart of the global economy. It means 500,000 containers will be taken off the A14 every year. Hello from Stuart and me.
Also tonight, the Duke of York talks exclusively to us about getting young people into work.
And I see a lot more going on in terms of the encouragement for young people, not only to not accept the answer no, but also to inspire them to want to earn a skill.
How PE lessons are about to change thanks to the Olympic legacy.
And the rowers on course to win the Round Britain race. Hello, first tonight, the investment of £40 million to make sure the port of Felixstowe stays at the heart of global shipping.
The money's paid for a new rail terminal, which was officially opened by the Duke of York today. We'll have an exclusive interview with him in a moment. It will do two things: double the amount of freight which travels by train, taking up to 500,000 containers off the road a year, and strengthen Felixstowe's position when London Gateway, the most modern container terminal in the world, opens later this year.
The port's come a long way in 120 years, so it was fitting that this latest milestone moment should include a nod to the past.
When I founded the Felixstowe Railway and Pier Company many years ago, all we transported then was grain.
Centre stage, a Colonel Tomlin lookalike, the man who laid the foundations for what is now the country's largest container port. Visionary then and still today, with rail transport becoming the preferred option for the world's shipping giants, keen to be green.
In addition to the 11 that we already have, it will make 20 tracks, the biggest intermodal rail terminal in the UK.
Guest of honour was the Duke, keen to see for himself a development which gives the port more tracks than King's Cross.
It gives me great pleasure to declare it open. I do hope that you're not going to use the steam train all the time.
It's aiming to use rail for a third of all its containers. But will that really ease HGV pressure on the A14?
It's only likely to be taking up the kind of growth that we're going to see through Felixstowe, and it's not really going to reduce the number of lorries carrying along it in real terms. And what we really need is to deal with the real problem of the A14, which is the volume of traffic along it versus the capacity.
The scheme's part funded using EU money, and one of the MEPs who campaigned for the cash says the terminal will help the A14 but can't solve all its problems.
This has made a bit of a difference, but we do need to improve the road as well, and that's another one of the priorities. So we need to use every single tool that we can, and we need to fight for every penny, which is why I've been fighting for this money and other upgrade money to come in from Brussels.
For Felixstowe, there's fresh competition looming at the new port of London Gateway, financed with money from Dubai. But here they feel confident with bigger cranes and deeper water to handle the new generation of super ships, and now offering more rail destinations than any other port in the UK. The key as ever, they say, staying one step ahead. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East, at the port of Felixstowe.
Well, His Royal Highness the Duke of York met apprentices during today's visit, as one of his special areas of interest is youth employment. And when I spoke to him after the opening, he told me it was particularly interesting to visit the port, given his own maritime history.
90% of international trade runs on the sea. But actually what we're talking about here is the connectivity to the land and how we get goods out of ports or into ports. And this new rail terminal is a fantastic investment in Hutchison's commitment to the UK and the ability of getting our goods out of the country in a more efficient and cost and time manner.
And I know one particular area of interest for you is apprentices, and you talked to quite a few of the apprentices here today. How encouraged were you by what you were hearing?
I was very encouraged to hear that the apprentice scheme here has expanded over the years. They've not only got engineering apprentices but also business apprentices, and that expansion is actually quite encouraging, because we need to give young people, particularly in this region, an opportunity to get to work and to be able to offer the number that they have is really encouraging.
Obviously, youth unemployment is still a problem and something that we report on quite a lot in this region. What would you say to other businesses to encourage them to think about taking on apprentices?
In many cases, it's risk and fear that prevents people from taking on an apprentice. But actually, once you've taken an apprentice on and understand how to pastorally care for him or her, it becomes a lot easier. And I've been doing the same thing at home at Buckingham Palace, trying to encourage those sorts of things. And also internships is going to make a big difference as well, to give people the opportunity. And I see a lot more going on in terms of the encouragement for young people, not only to not accept the answer no, but also to inspire them to want to earn a skill. And by having a skill, it's going to be so much easier.
Now, you've seen the growth here at the port today. Another big area of growth in the region is in science and technology in the Cambridge area, and I know you visited there too.
It's got some very, very deep-rooted knowledge. And what I'm trying to do is to try and find ways, or I've been asked by Cambridge to help them try and build on their knowledge and take it and display it and benchmark it across other technology hubs and other educational hubs around the country. And so if we can prevent some of the new boys from making mistakes that perhaps Cambridge made in the past, we shorten the time and we get more people into business. We get more people thinking about owning their own business or starting their own business or being an entrepreneur in whatever field that they so choose. The sky's the limit. As long as everybody understands that once they've started a business, they've got to go global. That's all that matters.
Your Royal Highness, thank you very much.
Not at all. Thank you very much indeed.